This unboxing is a new board book that I just got. It's curious. It's Chinese New Year, Curious George, and it's by. It's on the back. Maria Wen Adcock, and it's part of the Curious George franchise. And this is a board book. So people might be wondering, what is the difference between Chinese New Year and Lunar New Year? And they're basically, Lunar New Year is sort of a broader encompassing term for countries that celebrate the Lunar New Year. But they're different countries and they're different celebrations and they're actually different dates. So the Chinese New Year is specific to a lunar calendar year that's different from other Lunar New Year, such as the Vietnamese Lunar New Year Tet. It's like literally different dates. Although the customs for celebrating can be similar. So in terms of like, how do you describe Chinese New Year versus Lunar New Year? I actually just looked this up, and I'm half Chinese. Chinese New Year is appropriate to describe Chinese New Year, because if you say Lunar New Year when you mean Chinese New Year, it is more inclusive, but it isn't accurate because it's, these are different holidays. So anyway, Maria is Chinese, and so this is specifically about Chinese New Year. I actually have a Lunar New Year list that has picture books about other Lunar New Year celebrations, including Tet, that Janet Wong created for me. If anyone wants more information, I'll put it in the down box. Okay, so this board book has a series of tabs, and they're kind of related to, different aspects of Chinese New Year. This is the lion. And so she just describes Chinese New Year in a series of, rhymes. So this is a rhyming picture book. So this one, she's just talking about the Lunar New Year and the legend of the Neon, which is sort of the folk tale that describes why the Chinese New Year celebration includes, firecrackers and, noodles and, the various customs. And, the Neon was a terrifying beast who was eating the people until they figured out how to defeat it. And so that's kind of the backstory to it. The Chinese zodiac has the 12 animals, and this year is the year of the rabbit. And then, if you want to figure out like what year am I in terms of Chinese zodiac, it's not just the year, but you have to figure out like what is the date that the Chinese New Year falls on that year. Just because it moves around. So for example, my year, I'm the year of the dragon. And then my husband is born in the same year, but because, our birthdays are, 6-7 months apart, he is the year of the snake, as an example. So, so every sign has kind of a personality type, just like in the normal astrology. So it's kind of fun to read. And then this tab talks about, what you do to prepare for Chinese New Year. And here's like a sign and getting new clothes and cleaning. My daughter has this sign where she lives, and it's upside down because that's a good luck symbol. And speaking of more good luck symbols, there's always a big feast, and there's specific food that you want to eat that are, that symbolizes good luck, like dumplings, because they're round, like money, and noodles because they symbolize long life, and a whole fish with the tail up, and that also is a good luck symbol. And then there's lucky money, which is, you know, presented in a red envelope. Sometimes too, it's you know, you can also give candy, because anything sweet, like oranges or candy, is sort of a way of saying, we want you to have a new year, that your forthcoming year, we want it to be sweet and full of good luck and happy. And there's always sort of this ritual where you show respect for your elders, and then you get them, you know, the red envelopes. And then Chinese New Year Day, and this can be I think it's like a 10 to 14 day celebration, because I know, like in Boston's Chinatown, I swear it's like an entire month. But there's, you know, the actual day, and they have, you know, parades and dragon dances, and of course, you know, everyone's there also to eat. And then the Lantern Festival, which, you know, my family didn't celebrate this, but apparently it begins after New Year ends. And I think that concludes the Chinese New Year festivities. And here George is eating sweet rice balls, because again, like this idea of sweetness for, you know, just, you know, because I think like back then sugar was a luxury, so it's sort of like getting a treat, and also saying we hope your year is sweet and you have a happy new year. And so this board book has a lot of information packed in it about Chinese New Year, with, you know, a beloved character, Curious George. So thank you all for watching, and hope you guys all have a wonderful new year.